Okay, I'm back. Wasn't a real smooth thing at the bank. There was a hassle. And of course, wearing that mask all that time didn't help either. But it's done now. I got that taken care of and get back on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm Easy Rider Greg. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and enjoy the videos. If you can't finish watching them for whatever reason, please take that slider down at the bottom, slide it all the way over to the right before you leave. That'll help me out with YouTube. Thanks a bunch. Camera's all cockeyed. There. Thought it was on there straight, but it wasn't. All flat earth. Shoot. Well, back to the bikes again. Yes, I was disappointed in 2018 when they announced the discontinuation of the Dynas and went to the soft. Some of the Dyna models went to being Softails. Now, after riding two of them, I'm very disappointed because they don't fit. And I'm not a big guy. The tallest I ever was 5'8". Now, or 5'10". Now I'm 5'8". And I'm not kidding. My knees are up like this, above the gas tank. That just wasn't comfortable at all. And I really didn't want to put forward controls on. I just wanted to have 3 places to put my feet. I wanted to put the frame-mounted highway bars on, or highway pegs on. I wanted to leave the mid-peg and the controls right there, and then put a set of pegs on the highway bars. Because right now with the footboard, I can make it like it's a mid-control right here. Just rest my foot like that. Or I can do it a little longer by putting my heel on the floorboard and the ball of my foot up on the highway peg on the crash bar. Or I can just put my heel over the highway peg on the crash bar. So I got 3 positions to move my legs in when they start getting sore. I don't think I could have that with the Softails and the mid-control peg is just not, it's too high up compared to the seat. It needs to be lower down. Like I said earlier, I think at the Dynas, the peg mounts were under the header pipe. Came up from that way. And these are, the mounts are on top, but it doesn't go over and down. It just goes out. And I always thought they made bikes for taller people. I think Harley said they were designed for a person 5'10" and 180 pounds. If you were shorter or taller, you had to change seats, get different handlebars and stuff like that, put lowering kits on if you were too short. But like I said, I've never been taller than 5'10". That was the tallest I ever was when I was young, and I never had any problem riding either mid controls or forward controls. The forward controls sometimes seemed like they were a little far for me when I got into my late 40s. But then when I got this Road King, it seemed like the controls for when you got footboards, which are in a slightly different place than the actual forward controls on the non-touring bikes. They're slightly back a little bit. That seemed to be just perfect for me. But the weight is just getting to be too much. And if I drop the bike, I need to be able to pick it up by myself, and I can't pick this one up by myself. Well, I might be able to if it was on level ground, on concrete or asphalt, but I can't do it in the gravel that's where I'm always having problems, where I'm more likely to drop it. And believe me, there's a lot of gravel parking lots here in Arizona. Businesses just won't spend the money to pave them unless they have to. Of course, if they're built after a certain time, they have to have paved parking. If the building was built prior to 1990 or 95 or something like that, they don't have to pave the parking lots ever, even if it changes hands, even if it's a completely different business that goes in there. The only way they'd have to pave the parking lot is if they tore the building down and rebuilt it. But if all they do is remodel it, they don't have to. Have to do that. Oh, here we are in historic downtown Prescott. There's the Hotel St. Michael on the right there. That's been here a long, long time. And of course we got the Courthouse Square, or I think they call it, the official name is Courthouse Plaza. But everybody just calls it the Square. I had to let him know I was there since he was backing up. That's a real popular place. People to walk their dogs. And they just walk around there all the time. And of course on the weekends, a lot of tourists are up here. And this is Cortez Street here. You can see some of the old buildings going down that way to the left. And now over there to the right. And the Elks Theater up here, you can see the elk up on top of it. I think it says Elks Theater in the front, but the side just says theater. They have plays and concerts there. They never have any movies there. Well, wait a minute, that's not true. They have old movies there sometimes. There's some kind of movie society that runs these old, moldy movies. My wife used to belong to that. She'd go volunteer as an usher so she could watch the movies. That's the jail on the right, but they say that isn't big enough, so they had to build another one. Well, don't keep them there so long. Let the ones that aren't ripping people off, causing accidents or violent crime, just let them stay out on their own recognizance. Those are the ones that can't afford bail anyways, those minor crimes. They're the ones that are in there all the time. Of course, a lot of felons in there too. You know, if somebody's in there because they refused to move after they got evicted, they're not they're not a threat to society. And if they're well, yeah, they probably are a flight risk because they don't have a home anymore. So, but what's the big deal? That was their only crime. They were trespassing. You know, as long as they didn't destroy the property or hurt anybody, they can be out on their own recognizance. And if they never show up, so what? You know. There's not enough. Well, they say now they're letting more people out on their own recognizance. There was a judge that was pushing the other judges to do that a couple of years ago because the only ones that were having to sit in jail and wait for their trial were people that didn't have any money, and yet their crimes weren't that bad. You know, but if you ripped people off, you got them involved in Ponzi schemes or just out and out theft, you know, things where you took their money with no intention of giving them anything for it, or just out and out stole it. Yeah, okay, you can stay in jail. In fact, maybe they shouldn't even get bail anyway. And of course, the violent ones, yeah, they should stay in jail. And the ones that are dangerous, like the dopers that are getting in accidents and or having mental health issues because of the drugs that they're on, yeah, they need to keep them in jail until their court date to keep them out of people's way. Oh well, I'm getting off on a rant. I want to enjoy this ride. There's the Yavapai Casino.